This video is not clickbait. I really wish that it was, but it's not, and I am absolutely furious over this. I am no longer making a cent off of my YouTube channel, although you'll still see ads on it because that's how YouTube works nowadays. And in this video, I'm going to be explaining how this all happened, why it's all bullshit, and what this means going forward. Earlier this week, YouTube sent me an email saying, "Hey, your channel just lost monetization eligibility." I found this very alarming, so I went to my YouTube Studio page and found out that the reason they listed for doing this was reused content. Just to be clear, this really isn't the same thing as the copyright laws that exist on YouTube, such as fair use. And as far as I'm aware, this is not something that Rooster Teeth or any other third party did. Maybe they filed a complaint or something, but as far as I'm aware, this is something that YouTube themselves determined based on their monetization requirements or whatever, and then they just completely turned it off for my whole channel. Now, as YouTube tends to do, they were very vague about addressing this problem. They did not tell me which of my videos were problematic. They did not tell me the problematic aspect of those videos. They just said that there was a problem. Obviously, I make my Death Battle discussion videos and shit posts, which sometimes include clips from Death Battle itself, but those videos should be more than transformative enough to not be considered reused. Another consideration I had was just the fact that I keep putting Death Battle in my titles and my thumbnails, but if YouTube looked at my channel as carefully as they said they did in the email, then they would know that these videos themselves are not just reused from the Death Battle channel. I think the most likely answer to this question of which videos got YouTube's attention is the reaction videos. Now, obviously, reaction videos are kind of a divisive topic amongst the people who use YouTube in general, and I'm not really going to talk about that too much. But I will say that saying that a channel has a lot of reaction videos and therefore has too much reused content, I can actually understand that to a degree. It would still suck based on some of the content that I do, but I would at least be able to understand YouTube's point of view in saying that there is reused content on the channel. However, YouTube sent me a list of do's and don'ts for what does and does not count as reused content, and under the do's list, meaning what I can do, you can find reaction videos with commentary, which is exactly what I do in those videos and what a lot of other content creators do, some of which only do reaction content and are most certainly still making income off of those videos. I know YouTube isn't going to want to hear the whole "you should treat all of your content creators equally" argument, but that is a valid argument when it comes to videos they say you can make. Like, I don't sound insane right now, do I? Additionally, I've looked up tips for how to avoid getting flagged for reused content, and many of those tips were things I was already doing, like adding myself or my voice or putting things at the beginning and the end, etc., etc. So it very much reads as if YouTube is saying that I'm just posting re-uploads of other people's stuff. And the thing that really pisses me off, the thing that pisses me off the most actually, is if YouTube really looked at my channel carefully, they would have found that many of my reaction videos already get automatically claimed by Rooster Teeth or the Battle Track creator or some other third party, you know, someone. And that's okay with me. I don't need to be making money off of the reaction videos specifically. You know, it really only becomes a problem when the videos get blocked due to the claim. And that usually doesn't happen anymore, which I'm very grateful for. My point is though, if the reaction videos are the issue here, and YouTube's saying they can't be monetized for some reason, and they're the ones that are already getting demonetized, why is YouTube reacting to this by demonetizing the rest of my videos, the ones that don't even cause this monetization eligibility problem? To me, that's the most backwards thing about this, because from a monetary perspective, YouTube's job was already done. But nope, let's demonetize everything else on top of that. Again though, YouTube didn't bother telling me if the reaction videos were the problem. I just assumed they would be since they include the most amount of uncut content from another channel. But if YouTube really does allow reaction videos to be monetized on YouTube, then either this problem is something completely different that I have not concretely identified, or there's something specific about my reaction videos that YouTube doesn't like. I've seen people put filters voiceovers over the videos that they react to in their reaction videos, or do something weird with the audio. But as far as I'm aware, that's just used to prevent getting copyright claimed, not to avoid YouTube revoking your whole monetization. My best guess right now is that YouTube doesn't like that the videos I react to take up the entire screen with my head in the corner. I just did that because that was easiest to do with the recording software that I have. And if that is the problem, which again, YouTube should have told me if it was, then while it still sucks, I can more understand YouTube having an issue with that. And I'd certainly prefer that over YouTube saying that they just took notice of me because I increased the quality of those videos, or because my Stitch vs. Rocket reaction got so many views so quickly, or something stupid like that. So I actually brought up this idea in my appeal video I sent them. I said, hey, I might have an idea for what the problem is, and I outlined the whole full screen thing. If this is correct, I'm sorry for making a mistake, and I'd love to be able to learn from this rather than not being given any opportunity to fix it. So if you could just confirm or clarify the issue, I would appreciate that. Well, not only did they reject my appeal, as I'm sure you probably already guessed, but they also did not respond to my request at all. They chose to remain vague for God knows why, even though I directly asked them not to, and this is so infuriating because I'm trying to work with them to fix the problem. You know, they singled me out for some reason. It'd be nice if they gave as much attention to the solution as they did to acting upon this problem that they won't even fully tell me. So with all of this said, where do we go from here? Well, YouTube says that I am allowed to apply for monetization again after 30 days, but even still, I do not expect that to work. One, because again, I don't know what the problem is. For all I know, I could be making no improvements to the state of the channel going forward because I don't know what I'm supposed to be improving. But two, even if I did know what the problem was, YouTube says that one of the ways to maximize eligibility is to delete problematic videos that have already been uploaded. So regardless of which set of videos is causing this problem, I'd probably have to delete a fair portion of my whole channel, which I am, how do I say this? Not willing to do. So ultimately, I don't see a scenario where I'd be making the changes that YouTube would want, unless maybe if they actually tell me what the problem is, but even then, that might not even work out. On the bright side of all of this, this means I don't actually have to worry about making adjustments to my content because I'm already ineligible, but you can see why that's not ideal, even if YouTube wasn't paying me that much beforehand. And I know this last part people aren't going to want to hear, but this whole thing happening means that making YouTube videos could very well become less and less of a priority. I'm not trying to foreshadow the end of this channel or anything, but as you get older, you have to realize that you really need to start putting certain things first, including time and money. Hell, I'll be starting a full-time job in a couple months, and I'll need to make another video, or at least a community post, addressing that and the changes that will come with the channel then as well. So that's really all I have to say right now. I'll update you guys if anything new happens, and I guess if anyone has any other ideas for what I could do, let me know down in the comments if you have anything. It's just so maddening that this came out of absolutely nowhere, and that me, of all people, still doesn't know the whole story, but that's everything I wanted to say. For those of you guys who watched this video, you're the realest ones. Thank you all so much, and I'll see all of you guys in the next video in hopefully, probably a better mood. See ya.